I can start.
First of all, congratulations. You've had a wonderful fourth grade year. You all have a 3.0 academic average, and you have an A in conduct for the entire year. Now, that qualifies you to get an application. That does not mean you will be a student of service next year, because there are a lot of qualifications other than just your academic average and your conduct rate. That qualifies you for the application. Now you have to get the application, you have to fill it out, you have to write an essay, and then you have to have it turned in on time. Now we're giving you till May 9th at noon. That's 2 weeks to write your application, get it signed by your parents, and write your essay and have it returned to the office. You're not going to return it to your teacher. No, no, no. You're not going to turn it to Miss Meadows or me or Miss Morton. No, no, no. It goes you, yourself, not your parents, not your friend. You will have to walk it into that office and hand it to Miss Ann or Miss Tori, and they will mark it off as to exact day and time you turned it in. So, now the big downfall is you can't ride a bus next year. So hopefully you can work something out that you can get a ride to school. Technocats can ride a bus home because they record in the morning. Patrols cannot. We have to have patrols first thing in the morning, and we have to have patrols after school. So a patrol cannot ride a bus to or from school. You can come for extended day, or get a ride, or walk, or ride your bike, that's fine. But buses do not get here early enough for you to be on duty. Okay, so that's another qualification. We'll take questions at the end. Then, once you return your application by May 9th at noon to the office, I take those applications and I look at attendance. If you're a student who has several unexcused absences, then that's going to count against you. Then we look for tardies. Unexcused tardies or tardies, excused tardies. We look for early checkouts. So if you've had a lot of tardies or a lot of early checkouts, that's going to count against you. I'm sorry, we can't have students who cannot be here on time every day. So that will go. Then we look at your teacher's recommendation. We put all these things together. So we're looking at, 1, did you get your application back on time? 2, we grade your essay. And there is a rubric attached to your application. So you can grade your own essay so that you know what we're going to put on that. So we put that together. We look at absences and tardies and teacher recommendation. From that, we will select 49 students. There are 78 of you here right now, minus a few who are testing, but 78 applications are being given out today. Only 49 positions are available. So, those are the qualifications. Ms. Meadows, you're next. What would you like to say to them?
I think you kind of hit on everything. The biggest thing about patrols is you have to be here both morning and afternoon. So that whole leaving early thing, and we're really going to be monitoring that a whole lot. I mean, we do realize there's doctor's appointments and dentist appointments and things along those lines. But if you're consistently going home early, then that's one of those things where we sit down and start having a conversation. Why are you leaving early? Because that does affect how many people Ms. Morgan and I can put on post in the afternoons. If you're here tardy a lot, that affects the students that we have to put on post in the morning to walk in the hallways. It's extremely important. When you guys write these essays, you need to make sure that you are following along with the rubric. That was probably one of the biggest things last year when I was looking at them. I was like, man, they look at the rubric. Have somebody else read it. Have them edit it. Have mom and dad read it. Make sure you're giving us your absolute best. Yes, patrols and technocats can only take 49, and there are 78 of you in here. So please, put your best foot forward. And, is there anything else?
Let's take questions.
Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Do we need, if we want to be a technocat and a patrol, do we have to write 2 essays?
Okay, so let me explain, because some of y'all have probably seen my son Wesley and Roman Rollins and Noah Prudencio did have patrol posts in the afternoon this year, but it was a very special circumstance. Because of that, Miss Mullins did not get any boys that applied to be technocats. So Miss Mullins came to me and said, can I have these boys and audition them for technocats? So the agreement that I made with those boys is that they could have a patrol post in the afternoon because that was their first choice. But Miss Mullins needed them to be technocats. So that's the only reason why I would have students who are technocats with posts in the afternoon.
But no, you would not need to write 2 essays.
No. Yes, ma'am.
So, if you're a patrol, do you have to come here like every day early?
Yes.
Or it's just weekly and monthly?
No. For patrols and technocats, early to school every day. And you actually have to be here earlier for technocats than you do for patrols, because y'all have to get in the studio and start recording everything.
What time would you have to come up here with patrol?
If you are a patrol, I am in my room starting at 7:40 is when you can come to my room. And by 7:50, everybody's supposed to be in my room. If you walk in my room, 7:51, you're late. And when you're late, we issue out demerits, but that's a whole nother conversation.
So, you said that our parents they can read the essay.
Oh, yes.
The essay, but they can't write it.
Oh, well,
They
I-
can't do the work for you, but you have to do it by yourself.
okay. Yes, you are the one that we are expecting to get the essay from. Now, mom and dad can help you with it by all means. You know, they can say, you know what, this might be a misspelled word here. You know, you need to put a period here. Mom and dad can help you edit your paper, but we want to hear what you have to say. Okay? All the way down the end.
Does the form come with the essay on
Does the form come with the essay to write it on? No, you could, notebook paper, if you want to type it, you can type it. But the rubric does come with the application.
Applications in pink, and then instructions and rubric are in white.
Yes, sir.
What if we end up finishing the essay, but next year we won't be coming here or we move?
Okay, let me say this. If you know right now that you are not going to be at Twin Lakes next year, I will, I have a little form that I've created that I will fill out so that you can take it to your next school, and if they have the program, you can say, hey, you know, according to Twin Lakes, I qualified for this under their program. Is there a possibility that I can join yours? So I'll be more than happy to let you have that.
But please put that on your application.
Yes.
Will not return next year.
So I have a question. So do we have to score our essays ourselves?
No.
So the office can score it?
No, we as a committee, and
Including
Miss
Miss Robertson.
Wesley, Miss Robertson, and Miss Jones, we all sit down and we read the essays and we score the essays.
And also, if we do become technocats, where do we have to be in the morning and what time do we have to be there by?
You must be at the door in the studio at 7:45.
Where's?
I let you in at 7:40, but at 7:46, you're tardy.
Okay, you were asking where the studio was. Do you know where the media center is?
Yes, I
Okay. Do you know where that big white screen comes down in the media center? There's a door right to the right, and that's the TechnoCat studio right there.
And I meet my Technocats in the hallway at the back library door, at the media center door, at the back.
I thought it was in the cafeteria.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
What exactly is the teacher recommendation?
Say that again.
What exactly is the teacher recommendation?
What exactly is the teacher recommendation?
The teacher recommendation is she looks at and rates on a 1 to 10 scale your attendance, your punctuality, your leadership, she takes into account, have you been a leader in the classroom or a follower, and academics. So when she rates from 1 to 10, she's saying it comes easy to you, or things are really tough, but you're still making the grade, you're a hard worker. So that's how they rate you.
Whose sweatshirt?
For the essay, when do we have to turn it in?
With your application. Your essay is due with your application May 9th by noon.
And you can bring it in anytime
Oh
before
yeah,
that.
anytime before that, but
Not
remember,
afternoon on May 9th, we won't take it.
and please, do not give it to your teachers. Give it to the front office staff, give it to Ms. Torrey or Ms. Wozniak, and let them put the date and the time on it.
Well, most of the time I do it, pick up early on every 1 week, like once or twice every week, so that when I will be able to become a patrol, I picked up early on those kinds of weeks.
Why are you picked up early every,
My father becomes 6 and up,
that's
and
okay.
gets off really early.
Okay, I understand.
Okay? Red shirt?
If you want to do a patrol, where is your
Oh, where's my room? Okay, my classroom is upstairs. It's next to the computer labs on the other side. It's down that 2nd and 3rd grade hallway. My room is room 227. Yes, sir.
I do not live in the school zone, so I am not so sure if I'm going to the school next week or not.
Okay. Okay.
What happens if I do not get this information before that session?
Okay, so you need to go ahead and turn in your application, go ahead and write the essay, but just put on the application that, you know, you're not sure if you will be staying here or going to a different school, okay? That way, if you do end up staying here, we've got your application. If you end up not staying here, then that gives us the ability to let your new school know, hey, he qualified, he turned this in, and give them the information, okay? Yes, ma'am?
How do you know it's going to be coming if you're not going to be here next week? Because don't you figure it out next year?
Okay, so we, on May 16th, it is the celebration of the arts night here at school. And during the celebration of the arts, we will announce the new safety patrols and Technocats for the next school year. Yes, ma'am?
What do you have to write about in the essay?
All the directions are there for you. It tells you exactly what we want to know.
What if they're here half of the day, yes, but then the half get removed to...
Okay, again, I will give you that information. We would give you that information to take to your new school. Yes, ma'am?
Are we allowed to, turn it into a reading teacher, but not for...
No, you must turn it into the office staff. You're talking about for editing?
Yes.
No. Mom and dad, yes, not your teachers. Okay? Yes, ma'am?
What's your...
I have 2 questions. What if we have our field trip on May 9th? Because
Then you need to turn it in before then, don't you? Gotta come to school for the field trip, right? That's before.
So you don't have
exactly.
to wait till May
Yeah.
9th, you just have to get it in by May 9th.
You can turn it in tomorrow. If you go home and write it tonight and get it filled out, you can bring it tomorrow.
Exactly, exactly. Yes, ma'am.
Do we have to be at the art show to get our position as a patrol or technocat?
No, but we would like you to be. We would like for you to be recognized in front of everyone, because there's going to be a lot of people here that night. We're having, we'll have a whole group up here that's going to be doing some songs and dancing. We'll have all of the artwork that's displayed around the school. There'll be a lot going on that night. So, you know, there are going to be a lot of people sitting here in the cafeteria. So, it's kind of cool when you get it out.
What happens if you're absent? Like if
Absent when? Between now and May 9th?
no, I'm talking about when you're on patrol and you're sick.
Okay, when you're sick and you don't come to school, and mom and dad write a note and say, you know, he was home sick, that's when you would bring me that note so that I can mark you excused on mine, and then you take that note to your teachers and give it to your teachers. Yes, ma'am.
So my question was, so if we wanted to be patrols, do we get to choose or do we?
Choose what?
If we want to be in.
Okay, on the application, it asks for what is your first choice. Do you want to be a patrol or do you want to be a technocat? You put that on the application. Yes, ma'am. Of course you can. Of course you can.
What time is the art show?
6 o'clock, May 16th. It's a Wednesday. Yes, ma'am.
So in the, I think I know this already, but in the essay, are we supposed to write why we should become a
Okay,
technocat?
you need to follow the directions of the essay and what it asks for you to write.
And also, do our parents sign the application?
Of course. You have to have your parents' permission. Yes, ma'am.
Who is a patrol or technocat? Do we, have to...
If you remember, raise your hand, I'll call it again.
How many people are allowed to be patrols and how many people are allowed to be technocats?
I have 14, a crew of 14.
She has 14 technocats, I have 45 patrols. 35 patrols. 35 patrols. Because I was thinking that 45 was an awfully high number, right?
If you become a patrol, where are you?
Upstairs in my room. Every morning at 7:40, my door is open, and you have to be in my room by 7:50. Yes, ma'am.
One of these patrols, how many calls do you go with? How many patrols do you go?
I decide that. You go on post is what we call it, and you'll have a morning post and you'll have an afternoon post. And so I run on a 3-week schedule and I rotate everybody around every 3 weeks. It gives everybody an opportunity not to only learn the post that they're in, but learn the students that they're having. So they know what works to keep students quiet in the hallway. Last one.
Can we let the SAT at school, like if it's
Oh, after school, as long as your student aid instructor says, yes, it's homework time, I don't understand why not.
Okay. All right, what we're going to do is you have to sign it, you get your application. If you've got questions, you can ask us why before you leave. Otherwise, we're going to give you your applications, you're going to sign, and you're going to walk best behavior back, because we judge from now, we know who you are. And when we're walking through the hallways and we see you out, if we see you not following the hallway rules and doing the right thing when no one's watching, then that goes into our equation. It goes, whoa.
And that includes